Welcome back to the gun dungeon. I'm gonna do like a little gun dungeon gab, I guess, but not in the reloading room, so it's not a reloading and rambling, just on my lunch here, and figured I'd make a little video and kind of discuss some of the things that I'm seeing going on around the world and in this country. Of course, this is going to be addressing the Israel, Hamas, all the crap going on in Palestine, Iran, all of them involved over there, Lebanon. It's really unpredictable. It's hard to say what's going to come out of this, but something that I'm seeing within even the gun community, the 2A community, First Amendment people, are pro-constitutionalists, I'm seeing a lot of division coming out of this. And I think it's something we really need to grasp and kind of bring ourselves back to reality on. It doesn't matter if you're pro-Israel. It doesn't matter if you're anti-Israel. It doesn't even matter if you're pro-Hamas. What we are pro and what we stand for or whatever, it really doesn't amount to a hill of beans when it comes to what's going to happen. All we're doing is creating division amongst ourselves and making ourselves weaker. And I think that's exactly what the intent is here. You're even seeing it on the left. There's division in the Democrat Party right now, especially in the House with what they call the squad, creating division amongst the left. And really, this is kind of a subject I wouldn't expect division amongst the left, but it's there. And like I said, I've seen a lot of anti-Israel comments from gun people, and it sparks a lot of not even really good debate. It just sparks argument and controversy, and nothing comes out of it. So that's something we need to kind of keep ourselves in check with. Is it worth an argument? Is it worth causing division? I don't really think that it is. We can all have our stances and all have our opinions. I have mine. But I know my opinion doesn't amount to anything. It's not going to change anything. And what I mean whenever I say it's not going to change anything, I'm talking about internationally. We're not going to change Israel. We're not going to change any of the flip-flopistan countries over there that are hosting terrorists. We're not going to do any of that from right here in our own country, on forums, on YouTube comments, Facebook comments. Nothing is going to change that. But what it is going to do, like I said, is going to create division. And you know, we're catching a lot of people coming across the border right now. At least that's what's being reported. Who knows? Who knows if anything that's being reported is even actual truth. So there's another reason to kind of keep everything in check. We don't know what's actually happening. But what's being reported is a lot of captures coming across the border of Iranian people, Palestinian, Hamas, all that. And if you think that they're not already here, there's not cells of terrorists in the United States, you're very naive. Whether they come across the border because of Biden's policies, whether they came through Canada, whether they flew here on an airplane, it doesn't matter how they got here. You know they're here. And whenever something happens in the United States, I can guarantee you we will all have a similar stance on how we feel about that. So my advice, the best thing we can do as people of the United States is stand together, stand firm, vote, try to get through this next little bit the best that we can without creating as much division as possible within ourselves, and vote. And, you know, that's the main thing, is staying together, staying unified, and voting. Because if you don't vote, you're just going to keep getting these crap policies over and over and over. Not a whole lot we can do about it right now at this moment, except, like I said, ride it out, try to be as best as we can as a people, not arguing amongst ourselves over stuff that doesn't amount to anything, isn't going to change anything. You're not going to change somebody's opinion on a Facebook argument. I argue on Facebook all the time. I get banned on there all the time arguing. I do it mainly for entertainment and to make leftists mad, but I know I'm not going to change anybody's mind. Nobody's going to change my mind on there. Nobody's going to change your opinion. It is what it is. So, as your mama used to say, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say anything at all. Pro-Israel, anti-Israel, pro-Hamas, pro-Iran. First thing we need to be is pro-American. It looks like the U.S. is easing into this thing. You see more and more involvement with the U.S. I know we've sent several planes of ammunition and weapons and all kinds of stuff to Israel, and then turn right around and give $100 million to Gaza, which doesn't make sense to me. It's like we're fueling both sides, which again goes back to crap policies. I don't understand it, but we're not going to change it right now. But vote. We may be able to change it by voting. But already seeing some of the cheaper 5.56 ammunition resources running out, some 9mm going back up in prices. So keep an eye on that stuff. I don't want to spark a panic buy here, but just keep it in mind. If you're running low, maybe it's something to look at. Because if we do get involved, it's probably going to be lengthy if I'm guessing, because it's hard to fight those types of wars when it's a group of people inside of countries instead of just country versus country. We've seen it for years. We've seen it in Afghanistan, Iraq, all those countries, how hard it is to fight that type of war. And if the U.S. gets involved, it's going to be that type of war all over again, and I'm sure it'll be drawn out. And I hate that. I hate that we're getting involved and it all boils down to it's religious war. That's what it boils down to. And whatever your feelings are on that, it is what it is. I'm not really a religious person, but that's what this war pretty well boils down to, is religious values. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's what it is. So, like I said, be pro-American before anything. Stop the division. And we're at a point where we need to be looking out for each other and looking out for ourselves, because I believe bad times are coming. So with that, I'm going to hop off here and let y'all get back to it. Until next time, guys, stay tuned.